Everyone, meteorologist Alexis Hermanson here. There is a tornado warning now in effect for areas to the northeast of the Quad Cities. As we take a closer look, you are going to see that this tornado warning is in effect until 2:30 for parts of Carroll, Jackson, and Joe Davis counties. And this is going to continue tracking to the northeast through the rest of this afternoon. We've already seen frequent lightning and some heavy rain there. And now there is going to be the risk of some rotation in that part of the storm. Let me give you the rest of those details on that current tornado warning, once again to the northeast of the Quad Cities. This is going to be because a severe thunderstorm is capable of producing a tornado that was located just 13 miles to the west of Mount Carroll. It is moving to the northeast at 35 miles per hour, so that's why it is going to be in effect for the next about half an hour or so. As we take a closer look at velocity, you are going to see that there is some rotation that we're looking at, and this is going to continue tracking farther to the northeast, as most of these showers and storms have been doing here through the early parts of this afternoon. If you are in these areas, please remember to take shelter now, and that means that you want to get as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get away from the windows, get on that lowest level if you can, even in the basement. That would be the best option, as we are going to continue seeing this tracking to the north and east through the rest of this afternoon. There is also a severe thunderstorm warning just to the east of that is also in effect until 2:30, and this is because of winds reaching 60 miles per hour, and there is also nickel-sized hail within this. So we are going to continue tracking this tornado warning as that moves farther to the northeast outside of our area. Otherwise, we do have some more heavy rainfall coming behind that. Right now, unfortunately, it has currently missed the Quad Cities area, but there is some right now into parts of Clinton County, into DeWitt and Charlotte. Also going to be taking more of that northerly track. Eventually, it will start moving farther to the east as we get through the rest of the afternoon. There is also a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Carroll and Whiteside County. Here's that information in effect until 2:30 this afternoon as well. We are seeing that this also has a 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. We are seeing that the hail risk is more so about the size of a quarter or less within these storms. It's more so the threat of our isolated tornado, as well as the chance for some stronger winds and heavy rainfall. But once again, we are on the air for this tornado warning that is in effect until 2:30 this afternoon. It is to the northeast of the Quad Cities, and the latest information that we do have is that it is radar indicated, which means that the severe thunderstorm is capable of producing that tornado. It is moving to the northeast at 35 miles per hour, so quickly it will be getting outside of the viewing area. The latest information from this update, here we go. Yes, still about 14 miles to the northwest of Mount Carroll, and that is moving to the northeast at 30 miles per hour. That is the latest track that we have on that. So as we take a closer look at our velocity, we are going to see some of that rotation in the center of that tornado warning. But as I go to radar, so I can give you a better look at our path here, let me zoom out a little bit so we can say that this is moving to the northeast at about 30 miles per hour. So we are going to see it closer to Woodbine by 2:22, Rush by 2:36, Apple River by 2:44, Power Plant by 2:48, as well as closer to South Wayne by 3:01. So around 3, it'll be into South Wayne. This is moving to the northeast around 30 miles per hour. Please remember, even if you're into Galena, Elizabeth, and closer to Apple River near the border there, just stay inside for right now. You're still going to experience the heavy rain, possible heavy downpours at times, and then we also have that lightning risk as well. The good news is that this is only expected to last through the early parts of the afternoon. For your evening plans, you're good to go. So we'll continue tracking this as that moves farther to the north and northeast through the rest of this afternoon. Still seeing that severe thunderstorm warning just to the west of that, if I can get that to look at it. There we go. Until 2:30, and that is once again because of those winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour. And hail is about the size of a nickel in that storm with the frequent lightning and heavy rainfall. There is also a severe thunderstorm warning to the south of that in parts of Carroll and Whiteside counties, once again until 2:30, and that one would be because of the risk for hail smaller than the size of a quarter, looking at penny-sized hail for now, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Please remember to remain inside as these severe thunderstorm warnings continue tracking out of your area. And once again, that tornado warning is what we are covering as we continue until about 2:30 here this afternoon. So here's a better look at our velocity. This is going to keep moving farther to the north alongside a front. That's why we have some of this instability as well as the extra sunshine that we saw earlier this afternoon. So we were able to see some more of the storm threats in the area. That's actually why we have a first alert day now in effect until 6 o'clock. And you are seeing that those spots to the east of the Quad Cities are going to be under a marginal to slight risk. Scattered severe storms are possible in places closer to Sterling and farther to the south into Princeton as well. So that's why we need to be on alert for the rest of this afternoon, and then we can enjoy our evening as we get farther into the next couple of hours here. But we are going to continue seeing this tornado warning in effect until 2:30 in the afternoon. Please remember, if you're closer to West Point as well, you are going to have some heavy rainfall and frequent lightning. That's a part of the area that's under that severe thunderstorm warning that is to the west of that area. Let me see if there's any more information that we have on this tornado warning, and you are going to see that this is still going to be radar indicated, moving to the northeast at 30 miles per hour. Please remember that flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. So that's why we need you to stay inside as the strongest parts of the storm continue tracking to the north here through the rest of this afternoon. We are going to see another chance here even into Monday for some showers and storms, but most likely going to see the strongest storms as we get into the afternoon, and that would be for more areas to the south and southeast of the Quad Cities. Here's a better look at what we could be seeing over the next few hours. As of right now, this model is doing a great job at picking up that shower and storm activity to the north of the Quad Cities, and we are expecting that it expands farther southward, and then it starts to take more of an easterly track as it goes through the rest of the afternoon and into this evening. So once again, it will just be the next few hours here that we have to watch for this severe potential, mostly into easternmost counties through the rest of this afternoon. Then we'll have dry time once again into this evening. But we are going to see that severe thunderstorm warning is for areas farther to the northeast. The same with that tornado warning. That's going to be to the northeast of the Quad Cities in the corner of our viewing area. We have about another 20 minutes to go here on this tornado warning. We are sorry for interrupting your golf here this afternoon, but we need to make sure that everyone is safe for parts of Carroll, Jackson, and Joe Davies counties, especially because there is that chance for a tornado. Right now, it is radar indicated, but at any moment it could be touching down, and that's why we need you to be as safe as possible. And what that means, once again, get to the lowest level of your home. If you're in the basement, that is even better. If you do not have a basement, that would mean the bathroom. If it doesn't have any windows, want to get away from as many windows as possible, and then just get as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. So this is going to keep tracking to the northeast around 30 miles per hour. Seeing some heavier rainfall right now moving through Elizabeth, and this is going to move farther into our northernmost county over the next couple of hours. But we are going to see that right now that severe thunderstorm warning has some very heavy rainfall. This is going to be in effect until 2:30. And let me get some information off the air here as we look at this.
Storm warning for Carroll County.
Okay, great. Great. That one was this one. Okay, great.
Okay. But still radar indicated tornado with that tornado warning in Carroll, Joe Davies, and Jackson counties. That continues until 2:30. And also seeing a severe thunderstorm warning with winds of 60 miles per hour and large hail indicated for Joe Davies County. Again, that until 2:30. And also the severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. There's rotation associated with this for Carroll and Whiteside until 2:30. So again, something that will definitely bear watching over the next 20 to 15 minutes or so, as we ride out these storms. And also these storms not only have a history of producing some damaging winds, continuous cloud to ground lightning also occurring with these storms. So this is now the time that you need to move indoors immediately. Make sure you stay indoors. Lightning is one of nature's most leading killers. And again, a very dangerous situation across parts of our viewing area. So right now we're looking at a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings and a tornado warning. This in effect for some of the northeastern counties in our viewing area, currently under first alert day, which continues until about 6 o'clock this evening.
We are going to see that the latest information on that tornado warning is that it is still radar indicated. What that means is that we see the rotation on a radar. However, we have not been able to spot that by spotters yet. We will get more information on if there were any touchdowns hopefully soon. Otherwise, we are still going to have that as radar indicated rather than observe. Those are the two differences between our tornado warnings. And fortunately, for now, we just have that severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. But that's why we still need you to take that cover here for this afternoon. And we'll still see the chance through this afternoon with this system for more areas of rotation, which means that we may have more tornadoes possible. There is a severe breakdown that I can show you very quickly that does show that we do have that small risk for areas to the northeast of the Quad Cities for that brief tornado, and otherwise we're looking at winds to be that main threat for areas to the northeast and east of the Quad Cities. That would mean more winds of 60 miles per hour. But for now, we are on the air because of this tornado warning that is now in effect until 2:30. Seeing those in very northernmost counties closer to Joe Davis right now. But we are going to continue seeing that move to the northeast. Let me put another track on this for you as it is moving to the northeast at 30 miles per hour. That's still the current speed of it. It's been moving about 30 to 35 miles per hour over the past about 20 minutes or so. But it will quickly be outside of our area. You'll see it into Stockton by 2:39, Apple River by 2:54, Red Rock 3:13, so that's already outside of the area. The newest severe thunderstorm warning is just going to be outside of the area to the east of Joe Davis County, but we are going to see that in effect because of the winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour and a penny-sized hail. So that's the good news, is that hail is not a main concern here, but we are going to still have that chance for rotation over the next few hours within this storm. So please remember to take your shelter now as this continues tracking to the northeast. As I take a closer look, or take a wider look, I should say, we are going to see that this is starting to elongate farther to the south into parts of western Bureau County, as well as into parts of Whiteside and Lee counties on the Illinois side. So we are going to be more concerned for this afternoon for these storms to develop and continue tracking outside of the area. So that's some good news for places like Anamosa and Iowa City. You will have quieter conditions through this afternoon and into this evening. It's going to be near and to the east of the river where we are more concerned with that threat of strong to severe storms because of strong winds, small hail, likely less than the size of a quarter, and then as we're seeing right now, that chance for rotation, which could mean some brief tornadoes. Here's a better look.
Yeah, and some of the locations in the path of this very dangerous, potentially dangerous storm include the Woodbine area, as well as Shapville, and also Stockton Airport. So if you are in any of those locations, you're definitely going to want to take cover immediately, as we are talking about a very serious situation. Move to a basement if you have one, or a small interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Avoid all windows, as those can break and can injure your person. Of course, if you are outdoors, if you're in a mobile home, if you're in a vehicle right now, you're definitely going to want to take shelter, as we are going to be seeing the system quickly moving to the northeast. Right now at about 30 miles per hour, located about 14 miles northwest of Mount Carroll. Again, moving to the northeast at about 30 miles per hour. And also looking at a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that remain in effect. One with a tornado possible. That means that we are seeing rotation associated with this storm as it moves through parts of Carroll and Whiteside counties. This severe thunderstorm warning also in effect until 2:30. So let's draw a bead on this. This is located over the area of Hitt, or about 7 miles west of Polo, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. So this is over northeastern Whiteside and southeastern Carroll counties. And this storm also has a history of producing continuous cloud-to-ground lightning. So we're talking about a very dangerous situation in addition to the possible rotation associated with this storm. These are going to continue to make their way to the northeast, and they're now just in the northeastern edges of our viewing area, and also capable of producing some very heavy rain as well. The hail threat, we're talking hail about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Wind threat is about 60 miles per hour, and also the rotation associated with those storms as they could produce tornadoes. Right now, nothing observed on the ground, but we are talking about rotation associated with these storms, so they are still just as dangerous, and you're going to want to take shelter right now. Make sure that you protect yourself and your family members from these potentially dangerous storms.
I wanted to show you the current situation that we have, so I'm going to turn off the lightning as well as turn off the radar, so you can see that we have the multiple severe thunderstorm warnings and our tornado warning in effect right now, and we are going to continue seeing this about the next 10 minutes or so. Still going to see that tornado warning be radar indicated, so please remember this is still something that you need to be aware of, and you need to take that shelter and continue staying inside as this moves through your area. We are going to see that this is continuing to track farther to the south this line, as I grab my pointer here, this is the line that we're going to be watching for as that moves to the northeast, but it will also continue tracking to the east-northeast eventually. So it's only over the next few hours that we are going to be concerned with this area of showers and thunderstorms. Still seeing that tornado warning in effect until 2:30 this afternoon. So it's already into Joe Davis County, but we are going to see that quickly moving out of our area.
And Alexis, you know, with the heavy rain we've been seeing associated with these storms, it could be very difficult for people to see or observe a tornado in spite of the fact that we're getting an indication by radar that there is rotation there.
Exactly. Just like last weekend where we were seeing some confirmed tornadoes into parts of Mercer County. Unfortunately, even though we had some great spotters, it did become rain wrapped. So that's more difficult for the spotters who were very close, as well as for those residents. So that's why we are telling you, even though you may not have this confirmed as of right now, you still need to be taking shelter, because who knows, with that heavy rainfall, once again, it could lead to that reduced visibility, and that could be touching down before we know it. So that's why they have this tornado warning in effect.
All right. The National Weather Service has just expired this tornado warning for Jackson and Carroll and Joe Davis County. But the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for the possibility of a tornado. And that is for Carroll and Whiteside counties, and that continues until 2:30.
We are going to see that this is going to keep tracking to the northeast. Let me give you one more look at our model run here, doing a great job at picking up that rain that's to the north and northeast of the Quad Cities. By 4 o'clock, it's already into easternmost counties, into Sterling, into Princeton, and this is going to keep tracking outside of our area. So those evening plans after 6 o'clock in the QC, we will be good to go. But please remember to stay inside as this heavy rain continues tracking through the area. Once again, this tornado warning is now canceled, so we will let you go to your regular programming. But please remember, we will continue tracking this through this afternoon.